wrongs don't make a right. You know, like you can't fight fire with fire or hatred with more hatred. You know, it's
crazy. It's crazy. But, I tell you, Nick, there are a lot of lies in history about what happened with slavery. And most people who look like me don't even know they weren't even slaves. They were like filthy rich and owning land. Like, it's crazy. Like, people believe that some big ships came over here with millions of people from Africa, but people from Africa don't accept us and know that we didn't come from there.
You brought that up once before, and I ran that back and listened, and I was like, I don't know what Dave's talking about, dude.
Bro, okay.
You'll have to explain that one to me. I don't know.
It's true. Look, I can go take you back to North Carolina, and I can show you where black people were ruling North Carolina. Ruling as government officials.
Wait. Are you saying slavery didn't happen?
Not like they told you. So what happens is, if you go back and look at
it's too much at once.
I'm going to prove it to you. Go back and look at what's called the papal bulls.
I have too much white guilt for this. Don't take that away from me.
Listen, papal bulls for slavery, right? And you're going to find that the High Vatican, the elites, created slavery. Now, go back. And this is going to blow your mind. Go back and look at Muhammad and Islam. You're going to find out that the priest of the Vatican put Muhammad in power. Yeah. Go look at Surah 382 in the Hadiths, and you're going to find that it says the whole purpose of Muhammad being born was to serve Isa and get rid of Isa is Jesus, and get rid of the corruption out of the Church of Christ, the church in the Bible. So the Vatican was killing all the Christians in the, you can see that they killed about 50 million Christians in the Dark Ages. Then you're going to see that the Vatican and the Jesuits funded Hitler and was killing all the Jews. Dude. Now, if you look, bro, you remember Abraham Lincoln, right? Abraham Lincoln was killed by a guy named Booth.
Yep.
Booth was a Jesuit in the militia for the Vatican trying to kill him.
You told me that. Okay. Which I don't know. I don't know if I speak for a lot of people, or maybe I just was ignorant to this, but I didn't know what a Jesuit was.
Okay. They're the Society of Jesus, created in 1537 or 1547 by a gentleman named Ignatius Loyola. So when you look at Loyola School, that's the Jesuits. When you look at Ducey, he's a Jesuit. Joe Biden, Jesuit. Brown in California, Jesuit.
And didn't Trump go to the school
Fordham,
for a couple years?
Jesuit, Fordham University. Then he quit and went somewhere else. So he ended up graduating from another college and didn't continue with the Jesuit school. Georgetown is a Jesuit university. So what happens is they usually pick out the smartest and brightest, and they train them to do things for their purposes and their work. A lot of times they'll even give you scholarships. Hey, come to our school for free, so we can get you to do certain things that we need you to do in the earth and have power. So these people, when you go back to slavery times, you're going to find that the people who were so-called slaves asked their parents, their kids, great-grandkids, what tribe are you part of? They're going to say Blackfoot, Black Hawk, and Cherokee. The Native Americans in America are the ones who were the slaves. They're going to tell you, we don't know what you're talking about. But you can prove it. Here's how you can prove it. So some of the slaves figured out who they were, and then they started to be given a whole bunch of land. There's casinos on them right now, and they don't pay taxes. Some of them have been deceived and they forgot who they are, but their grandparents will tell them, this is what tribe you're part of, this tribe and this tribe, right? And what happens is that the information is hidden from them of where they came from. Therefore, they can never have this so-called 40 acres and a mule. Because if you think you came from Africa and you really came from here, the people of Africa will never give you any land. And the people from here, right? The people from here will not claim you because you don't know that you're Native American. Now, I'll give you something else to help you think about this so you'll see it. So when you look at a lot of the land patents and land grants that were here on American soil, there are filthy rich people of color who were working with people who were white, black. Anthony Johnson is one. During the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, filthy rich, and even had slaves. And if you look at the group of people who call themselves Moors, when people hear Moor, they think, oh no, those are just people who fight with the law, and it means black. Moor actually just mean copper tone. So the tone you have is like copper. So there's people who were called Moors in Mexico. If you look at a lot of the houses and the infrastructure in Mexico, and it has this Renaissance type look like it came straight from Spain, the Moors built it in Spain and they built it here. So what happens is these people were on the land and were living and making money and doing business together and created certain types of government systems. And I'm going to get this document and show it to you where you're going to see where in North Carolina, they say, we don't want Negroes to rule over us because every time they try, they mess up. We don't want them to rule over us anymore. So when the people came here with Christopher Columbus, there were people who were Caucasian people, right? Then the people who were here had governments already functioning and they integrated together. And then there were fights over the land. And in some places, elitists, not just regular white people, had slaves. So they just snatched the people up and then they said, you can't read or write. They wouldn't let them read even their own books, their own history. So in a couple of generations, it totally erases where you're from. And then they put, oh, well, you came from Africa on a whole bunch of ships. But bro, people don't even believe that in the Bible, when the thing happened with Noah's Ark, that it really happened because they can't find the ship. But you're telling me a few hundred years ago, the ships are gone? Where are they? Where are all these ships that the black people came in on? You can't show me one?
That's, man.
It's fake, bro. It was an elitist.
You said that before, and it was, you brought up a good point. It wasn't that long ago. You'd be able to prove something with those ships. You'd be able to show something.
Bro, there's actually placards in the East Coast where they said slaves came in. And it tells, 100 people came from Africa and that was it.
But there's not many people saying what you're saying. Nobody's trying to disprove it.
Of course, because the Jesuits are the ones writing our history now. They also wouldn't show y'all the state constitution. Think about it.
Like I said, I'm so vulnerable. I don't know. You can tell me anything right now.
They won't show the state constitution to you. So you got to think about it. If you won't show me the state constitution, why should I trust you about the rest of my history? If you won't show me how to be free, right? Why do you get to teach my history and what freedom is? You see, all of this is an attack to keep everybody separated so nobody realizes who they are. They go against the people of color and they say, oh, the white man hated you. Dude, are you telling me all these stories we heard of people who were white, who were broke here? People came to America and were dying off because of disease and didn't have money or nothing like that. And you're going to tell me that, oh, these people all had slaves when they couldn't even afford food for themselves? That's crazy. That's crazy. But in order to make us fight each other and keep us under control, they must give us a story. Oh, the white man did this and he's oppressing everybody. And look at today, they're still doing it. Oh, if you say that border walls are bad, you have toxic masculinity and you must be some evil misogynistic xenophobe, right?
I heard that that's just the old playbook, the communist divide and conquer. It's about oppressive. I think it's called oppressive tolerance, where you subjugate the majority, which is in this country the white male, and so the minority basically through through oppression, kind of just keeps them down from. I don't know how to explain it, but
okay,
it's not a new playbook, is what I'm trying to say. It's part of the old divide and rule playbook.
It is not new. It is a psychological attack on the man who defeated England. When the people of America defeated England, Rome got mad. Rome got mad that the people of America had a Bill of Rights and was like, we need to remove that. Because Rome wants to rule the world. Everybody knows that. Rome wants to rule the world. So when we had a Bill of Rights, they're like, who told you you could have something like that? Right? Because people went back to how it was in the Bible. So then what happened is Rome started sending people to infiltrate our government right away. Right? Abraham Lincoln was fighting the Jesuits. Kennedy fighting the Jesuits, right? Same group of people fighting to stop people from being free. So when they attack you, think about this, Nick, you got to be real. Look, I'm just going to be 100% real about how things are. And people going to hate me for saying this, but I just say what the truth is. They keep coming at us about this sustainable living, right? We got to have sustainable living. We got to make sure that you don't use gas. We got to kill all your jobs that come from oil, which is a ton of them. It will balance out America. It will destroy America. But these people fly private jets and all that. Then they say, okay, men should wear dresses and believe that that men can have babies. That is a freaking lie. A man cannot have a baby. Yeah, a man can't have a baby. He might have too much estrogen like Adrian Fontes, but he cannot have babies, right? But they want us to believe this. Why? Because the white man in America defeated the king. They know they can't beat you. This is why they hide the Constitution, hide the state constitution, hide everything that makes you free, hide the Bible, hide the common law, try to tell you it's okay to turn into a girl. They come into the black community. They're like, look, be a metrosexual. Put on this dress and high heels and we'll put you in the NBA and put you in front of everybody. You walk around with a skirt on. They're removing masculinity because times like this when it's scary and people know they're trying to destroy the land, they do not want masculine men standing up. That's why they call masculinity toxic.
And you're bringing up the Jesuits and all that stuff. I thought it more or less just went back to China, where they're teaching masculinity to their men and their children in schools. Meanwhile, over here, we're going woke and everybody's being fed soy and growing man boobs and talking about their feelings and everybody's transgender and all this stuff. And people see, I really, as far as, I don't know. I just think most people would wake up if they understood there's a more nefarious plot, an agenda behind, because people hear, I want everybody to have the right to this and everybody to be able to be themselves and not be bullied or not be this. I do too. I don't want people to be bullied or treated unfairly, but you have to understand there's a nefarious plot to weaken us.
Can I show you something that's super shady, bro? I mean, it's so devastating. Even your followers, if they saw this, they'll be like, holy moly, are you serious? I mean, it will make your knees rattle. You just mentioned the CCP, right?
Yeah.
Put in this. Okay. Go to Google and type in Jesuit CCP and watch what you find. See, when I try to tell people how serious this is, they don't always get it, but they get it after a second.
Am I going to be able to leave this up?
Yeah.
Okay. Rapprochement with the Vatican, that?
Okay. So look down at the second one. What does that say?
The Catholic roots of social justice. What?
Read it. What?
Can I click on it?
Yes.
What's this guy up to? China truly is the best implementer of social justice and the common good. What am I reading?
Bro, the Jesuits and the Vatican created the CCP and kept them alive. I mean, they kept them alive, and they are the ones pushing the CCP agenda. Kind of crazy, right?
Does it go back to the central bank, the
Jesuits?
ROTHS?
Okay, type in Jesuit and DTCC.
I thought, because I thought the United States was, getting involved in all these wars and basically to establish a central bank in all these countries.
Because the Jesuits are taking over.
But once that was accomplished, then it's time for the communists, the CCP, to spread its tentacles across the globe. Now that America served its purpose.
No, what's happening is that the Jesuits are using multiple faces to destroy the world and make them subservient to them. So the CCP has been coming into power and doing all this stuff, and they're funded and kept alive by the Jesuits.
Drew, we kind of covered about the Georgia thing.
We read the whole Georgia thing.
So you guys already know what to do. If you watch this whole thing, we talked about that. Notice is going to be up on populousrevolt.com. When you go to Georgia, fill that out, attach it to an email or an actual letter to be sent to who, Dave?
To your legislature there, the courts there. If you have border supervisors and secretary of state, send it to them. To the government officials affecting the audit and all that stuff in Georgia.
And currently at this second, the notice is not on populousrevolt.com. We're working on it, so it should be up today, sometime today. But guys, you're going to have to check on that. And I'm assuming a lot of these people are going to be watching this later when it is up already. So, sorry. So, do you want me to keep reading this?
No, just go back one, because I'm going to show you how many connections these people have, just so you have an understanding who we're really fighting. So put in Jesuit and then get rid of CCP and just put in Hitler. The Jesuits, the Society of Jesus, were dealing with Nazi Germany and funding them. They even call Hitler their fallen son.
What am I clicking on?
Go down one more. So you can see where it says Jesuit Catholic priest pens book about his order's complicity.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Nazis were funded by Hitler. You're going to see the Nazis and the Jesuits together, right? So that's the Jesuits and the Nazis in a circle talking. Scroll down some. Let's see. Can you scroll down? Let's see. See if we get any more pictures, because I want you to see. You see the Jesuit? That's a Jesuit there. So keep going down.
Look at this Jesuit. Damn Jesuit. Okay.
Now, they're always together. Now, what you're going to notice is the Jesuits funded Hitler. The Jesuits dealt with Marxism. The Jesuits dealt with Castro, dealt with Hitler. They funded all these people who were killing their own people. It was always them. And the sad thing is, we just think it's something that we figured out happened, and now we got the anti-fascist group going around acting like them. It came from them. The mask that the guys wear in the Anons, right? The anonymous group. You know where that came from?
I don't.
Okay, scroll up. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how much influence they have over us when we don't even know. So get out of here, and we're going to go back to Jesuit. Now watch this. Scroll up. Put in Jesuit, and then put in Guy, G-U-Y, Fawkes, F-A-W-K-E-S. See, it popped up already. You know who that is?
I don't.
Okay, so click on the images real quick, and then we'll come back to the Gunpowder Plot. Look right there. Go to the left and down one. You seen that mask before?
Yeah.
Who did that mask come from? That movie V for Vendetta, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
V for Vendetta, what was his name in the movie?
I never saw it.
Guy. His name was Guy. The guy V for Vendetta is Guy Fawkes. Now, go back and I'm going to show you who Guy Fawkes is for real. See, the Jesuits never wanted us to know the common law or have the Bible. Because if we had the Bible, we would know their wrongs and they couldn't rule over the people. Same thing in England, same thing in America. And I'm going to show you what they tried to do to the men who allowed for the King James Version of the Bible to come out. Can you click where it says all?
So the Earth is not flat.
Click Gunpowder Plot. Is not what?
What? Never mind. Click what?
The Gunpowder Plot, the top one. Now you see where it says Jesuits in Britain?
No.
You don't see that?
Where Jesuits
Go
in
up,
Britain? Oh, up. Yeah.
Okay, you see where it says IHS?
Yes.
That's a symbol you'll see on a lot of stuff in America now. It comes from the Jesuits. Now go down to where it says the Gunpowder Plot of 1605. What does it say?
Let me zoom in here. The Gunpowder Plot was a failed assassination attempt against King James.
The one who had the King James Version of the Bible being printed, they tried to kill him. And they did it because he would not use the Jesuit Egyptian text that they wanted in the Bibles. So they wanted to have people reading a text that didn't come from God. And they were trying to force it on the people. They spent the Dark Ages killing anybody who was a Christian. Anybody who had the Bible, they would kill them. They killed the Jews, right? In the Holocaust. And now what you're going to see is they tried to kill the King of England. Now watch, keep reading. It's going to get deep.
Many English Catholics had hoped that the death of Elizabeth and the accession of James in 1603 would lead to a relenting of harsh penalties for, what's that word?
Recusancy.
Recusancy. Because Elizabeth had not formally named James as her successor, and to counter the efforts of influential Catholics like Robert Persons. James did some skilled political maneuvering with the Pope and European monarchs to persuade them he was not a threat to Catholics. After these promising early signs, James cracked down once he was securely on the English throne and banished all Catholic priests.
Now, King James knew that they were going around killing people and harming people and what was really happening. He knew they were against anybody having any freedom. And they didn't want him to come out with the Bible because the Bible were going to tell people in their own language in English clearly when the printing press was on fire, God never meant it to be like this.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
I gotta wrap this up. I know we're kind of in the middle of something. We could,
No biggie.
1 or 2 minutes to tie this all together?
I just tell you what happened real quick. So the Jesuits tried to kill King James and the whole parliament with 36 barrels of gunpowder, tried to blow them up and his kids. And so these people have been assassins and been trying to hurt the people's freedom for a long time. And they are so influential in America that they made a movie called V for Vendetta and got people all over America who saying they're trying to fight tyranny wearing the mask of the guy who was trying to kill people with tyranny. That's how bad it is.
Whoa. Is this true?
What's that?
The comment, Michael Jackson told us this. Is that true?
He was telling about some of it. He was trying to tell and they got him.
Man.
Martin Luther King was trying to tell. Prince was trying to tell. A lot of people are trying to tell that when you say I can see stuff as satanic, it is the same Satan worshipers running everything.
This is crazy. I definitely want to look at this myself and maybe try to dive into this a little more, and then we'll have to come back to this for sure. That's very interesting and definitely completely new information to me. So yeah, Dave is a human encyclopedia. We love Dave. Can listen to Dave all day long. I mean, except it exhausts me after a while because my brain, it only has so much bandwidth, No, hey, I'm learning so much, Dave.
The thing is see, this is stuff that I don't talk about a lot, but I want the people to realize it's the same enemy persecuting us. Because when we are trying to fight to get free, the easier that we see who's attacking us, the easier it is to fight back. When you find out the Jesuits took over the law schools, you'll understand why they won't tell us what the law says. When you find the Jesuits snuck into government, you'll realize why they hid the Bill of Rights and the Declarations of Rights in all the states. It's all the same thing. So that's why I bring it up, because when people see the clear picture, when they can see clearly what's happening, they become so wise that you can't stop them. So that's why we have to do it.
Dave, you should do a live stream with Bill Bailey.
Bill Bailey is the bomb.
Bill Bailey is the bomb, and he's got his own YouTube channel now, guys.
I had an amazing time watching you guys the other night.
Okay, so I got to get rolling, and Dave, I'm probably gonna cut out the part. I'll keep this up, but I want to cut out the part where we just went over that notice. For those of you that are saying, "Oh, we got off subject," blah blah blah. We'll do both here. I think I'm gonna chop up the part where we went over the notice. You know, the stuff that was pertinent to Georgia.
The meat and potatoes.
Yep. So, guys, one last time. populousrevolt.com/action. We're going to try to put these people on notice so that we can demand an audit out in Georgia. We don't have to, sit back and let the corrupt judicial system drop the ball and tell us we can only look at those forensic images. That's not going to cut it. And what we have going on in Arizona, we can do it everywhere if we just mobilize and take action. And Dave, you've given us a remedy. Thank you for putting that together. And so we'll just be on the lookout for populousrevolt.com when that notice goes up. Stay tuned, guys. Keep checking it. Don't forget about it. Write it down. Set a reminder, something, because we have to get hundreds of those things sent out. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I know I did. Dave, you're always welcome to come on this show. And you're a rock star. I'm so glad to have met you and to be doing this with you because, man, this is so important. And
Bro, don't say that. I cannot be a rock star.
You can be.
No, watch. See, I got this issue called cul-de-sac haircut.
But no.
Right here, like in the middle of the cul-de-sac where there's like all street and there's houses around the side. I can grow hair right here, but I can't right here. I can never be a rock star. I'm sorry.
Well, you're a superstar. Let's just